So we all desire to experience joy, peace, and harmony in our relationships. How many of us are actually experiencing that? Give me a show of hands. Tell me, do you have at least one stressful relationship in your life? Raise your hand if you have one. Keep your hand up if you have two. Keep your hand up if you have three. Okay, we have many stressful relationships in our lives. Okay, it takes a toll on our body. It takes a toll on our emotions. It takes a toll on our spirit. So I'm going to share with you something important. You are not a victim of your relationships, okay? I want you to throw out that idea. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You are powerful. Can you say, I am powerful?
I am powerful.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
And you can create what you want to experience in your relationships. Do you believe that? Okay, you have more control than I think you realize, and you'll see more about that as we go through the training today. The couple goals that I have for this training is, first of all, that you're going to gain awareness of the current picture of your relationships in your life. Secondly, I'm going to give you some strategies where you can begin making different choices in those relationships. And people may become very surprised by the approaches that you take. Last of all, I want you to begin thinking about, what do I want the future state of my relationships to look like? Has anyone ever sat down and actually designed on paper what they want their relationships to look like? Some of you have, maybe? Very few people actually put conscious thought into doing that, and we're going to talk about how to go about doing that today. So we want to become aware of conscious choices that we can make. We've been talking all throughout this conference, conscious choice of what we put into our mouth and feed our bodies, conscious choices of what we put into our mind, conscious choices we make in how we approach our relationships is also important. Okay, this is what we have today. I'm going to use the process that I shared with you yesterday, the Harness Your Power process, but we're going to apply it to relationships. Please have your pen ready, because we're going to be doing work, a little bit of work. I'm going to put you to work today so that you gain something important. What you see in this picture right here, you see someone right in the center. That's you. Okay, you're the smiley face in the center. And all these bubbles around you are the different voices of influence in your life. Okay, whether we realize it or not, the people around us influence us. Do you understand the influence that they have over you? Do you truly understand? We do to an extent, but we don't fully understand that. We're going to become more aware of that today. Do you realize you can choose who you want in your life? We have more choice in that than we realize. We're going to talk about that. So, the first step is observation. I talk about observation is such an important aspect of every aspect of changing your life. If you begin to observe what you eat, you can begin to make better choices. If you begin to observe the things you put in your mind, you can feel different ways. If you begin to observe what you've already created in your relationships, what can you do? You can begin to change it. Observation brings awareness, and awareness brings power. So we're going to become aware of the voices in our lives. Now, I know that this is small print, so I'm going to read a few of these for you. This is actually something that one of my clients in the United States did, and I won't share her name with you because everything is confidential. But she took the time to really go through all of the major voices of influence in her life. She did everything from a business partner who was always trying to show her up and making negative comments to her about her business, but said he meant well. And let's see, her mom, who had actually passed away, she said the thing that was really still an influence on her is her mom always told her, "You are my sunshine, and I know you can do anything you put your mind to." That's a beautiful influence, isn't it? Let's look for another negative one. She had this friend named Donna who complained all the time. Does anyone have a friend like that? Hopefully you're not a friend like that. She complained all of the time. And she would tell me that every time the woman called her, she felt drained by the conversation. So we'll talk about what she did later. She made some different choices and felt differently. Her ex-husband, she was divorced, He said he's sarcastic at times. He often felt that she was never doing enough, never giving enough, never doing things correctly is what he told her. It was very hard to please him and understand what made him happy. And do you know that even after they were apart and separated from their divorce, it still had an impact on her? It still has an impact. All right, we'll look at one more positive one. Here's her dad. Well, her dad, she said, was a little bit of a mixture, positive and negative. Her dad said to her, things don't just come your way. Is that true? She didn't feel that. She thought that was negative and you need to work hard for them. So she felt he was both a positive and a negative influence. But by actually taking the time to draw this out on the page, she started to realize why she was feeling the way she was feeling about her life. It's amazing what you can learn by just putting things on the page.